it's Nicole. Welcome to my place. So I want to first start by telling you the inspiration for this video. So I guess I'm quite lucky that at work I'm allowed to listen to music while I work. And this whole week I was falling in love with the song Every Time I Close My Eyes by Babyface featuring Mariah Carey. I know it is an oldie, but it's definitely a goodie. And the image that kept recurring in my head was a romantic dinner for two. And I know it sounds cheesy, but hear me out. So of course I went off on a tangent and I began thinking what I would actually serve in this fictional situation. And so I wanted to come up with a lighter and healthier option while still maintaining the rich flavors that I guess embodies love and intimacy and all of that. So what I came up with was quinoa risotto and baked salmon. And this is so perfect if you want to show, your loved one that you care and you just make them a delicious meal. It is very easy. I'll leave the ingredients down below and all the nutritional facts at the end of the video. And if you want to see how I make this, keep on watching. So for the quinoa part of the recipe, you're going to need half a cup of quinoa, 3/4 cup of chicken broth. Here I'm using this no salt added kind. Here is a 1/4 cup of evaporated milk. This is 1/8 cup of mozzarella cheese. This is half a tablespoon of parmesan cheese. 1/4 cup of onion. Here is about 1 cup of grape tomatoes. I have about 8 in here that I've halved. This is half a tablespoon of olive oil. And here's just some lemon that I'm going to use the juice for the quinoa. Now, for the salmon part of the recipe, you're going to need about 2 fillets for a date night, which makes sense. But the reason why I have 3 here is that the salmon actually came in a large frozen pack and I couldn't quite get the cut right. And anyway, so this is what happened. But I'll leave all the measurements of the ingredients down below, so we'll have a more accurate picture of what you'll need for the recipe. And the marinade is actually quite easy. You can adjust the measurements to how you want it, but I have about 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard for each fillet, and here is just allspice seasoning. Here I have Mrs.Dash, and it is salt-free and sodium-free, which is really great, and you can find this in the local supermarket. And okay, let's get to the cooking. Okay, so for the salmon part of the recipe, it's really quite easy. As you know, I'm all about the lazy cooking. So we're gonna take the Dijon mustard and the seasoning and just slather it all over the fillet. And then we're going to pop it into the toaster oven, which you can't really see in the frame right now, for about 375 degrees and bake it for about half an hour. And we're just gonna let it cook and get on to the quinoa part of the recipe. So I just thought I would show you close up what I did. So here are my fillets. I took my spoon and I made little divots into the salmon. So basically making little cuts inside. So when I put the marinade on top, it sinks deeper into the meat. And I don't know if this is the correct culinary way of doing things, but this is just what I did. And so now I can pop it into the oven. Okay, so here we can get into the quinoa part of the recipe. I have 1.5 cups of water boiling right now, and I'm just going to place my quinoa inside. And we are going to let this sit for about 10 to 15 minutes until it gets fluffy. And then we can proceed with the next part of making the quinoa. Okay, so the quinoa is just about done. I'm just combing through it. Looks very fluffy. I'm going to remove it off the heat and set it aside. Now we're going to take another saucepan. Okay, I'm going to first put in my oil. And one ingredient that I forgot is garlic, which is really silly of me because I love my garlic, so I don't know why I forgot that. So just gonna put a little bit to taste. And we're going to mix in our onion. Alright, now that it's cooking, I'm going to put in my 1/4 cup of evaporated milk. And then I am going to put in my chicken broth. Smells so good already. Alright, now it's ready to add in the quinoa that's been sitting. Okay, so the quinoa just about soaked up most of the liquid, and now I'm just going to mix in the cheeses. And that was the mozzarella, and here's the parmesan cheese. I'm gonna take it off the heat and then just stir in the cheese. Now I'm going to put in my tomatoes. Oh, look at that, so beautiful. I'm gonna take some of my lemon and then just squeeze it in. Looks beautiful, and my salmon is just about done, and we're ready to plate it. So I've plated up the quinoa risotto and the salmon, and as you can see, my date night dinner is ready. So let me show you a close-up. Doesn't the presentation look so amazing? And this is perfect if you want to impress your special somebody, because this recipe is so easy to make and it is very, very delicious. As you can see, I don't have a date tonight, so I'm gonna have to eat both these plates. But if you have a date, be sure to make this. All the ingredients are listed down below. And I thank you for watching my first video for my date night series. I hope to continue it. And if you want to see more videos, please subscribe, like this video, and I'll see you next time.